Alrighty, folks. One of the things I love to do each week is to add to our new investor series. We've actually got 3 conversations this morning. We're kicking it off hot with Mr. Corby Carter. How you doing, sir?
Doing well. Super yourself?
I'm doing great. Corby, we always start this with just a quick introduction. Who are you? What do you do? And tell us a little bit about your story to begin with.
Love to. I am a long-serving Air Force veteran, currently deployed actually to Colombia. Uh, Found you guys, well, honestly, I was watching Bigger Pockets during COVID, saw the episode that had Dion in it when he messed up your name so he can relive that.
Yeah, that's funny.
And found your book, read your first book, uh, bought the course, started going through it, got heavily involved with all 4 of the RE Avengers. So
Mm.
thank you for that network and crew.
Oh, very welcome.
Um, Started looking in my market. At that time, I was assigned to Andrews Air Force Base near Washington, D.C.
Yep.
Found a property that I was like, this is going to cash flow. This makes sense. I'm going to buy it. And so I did. Used my VA loan, got it at 2.5%, and
Nice.
currently actually in conversations with my current tenants for them to assume that loan, and they're paying me for that. So
Oh,
that could wind up being great for me.
very cool.
I'm actually also in contact with an owner in Oklahoma City where I now live when I'm not, you know, overseas doing things for the country. That has, I say, 2.5 duplexes. It's 2 duplexes and half of another
Okay.
that they're looking to sell, owner finance.
Ha ha
So
ha.
I gave them an offer before the new year hit
Yeah,
because they wanted to close before then for tax reasons.
sure.
They're busy enough that they never gave a counter offer. So I'm waiting for the Virginia house to close, and then I'm gonna get more aggressive with that. I guess is the right way to put it.
I
If
like
they're
it.
not interested, then I've got at least 2 other properties in Oklahoma City. I'm gonna start making phone calls on.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I've got currently 2. I've got the Virginia house, and I bought a house in Oklahoma City, which you sent me a card to Florida because I was deployed to Florida at that time in April,
all right.
and that got lost in the mail somewhere. But
Oh,
I know it's
send me a reminder. I'll send you another one. I love sending those out.
will do. Yeah, I'll probably have you send it to the Oklahoma property so that it doesn't get lost in the mail on the way to Columbia.
Works for me. Yeah, let's do Oklahoma. I don't want to send a little card to Colombia. That's too easy to get
Right.
lost.
Definitely. Definitely.
Well,
The mail doesn't talk very well between the 2
mm,
countries.
no, not very well. I've been to Colombia a couple of times. Medellin specifically.
Nice.
I had a buddy that invested there, so he wanted me to come down and check it out. So that was fun. I love that city. It was surprisingly, um, I don't know what to expect, but I seen all the cartel movies, so I guess maybe my expectations were wrong. But I enjoyed
It's
my time.
not that bad. There's areas that are safe and areas that are not safe.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful country. The people are amazing. The culture is
Hmm.
fantastic. I love the food. It's one of my favorite things about traveling is,
Yes.
yeah, getting to experience all of the different cultures. So that's fun. I've been here for about 4 months. I'm
Okay.
downrange doing the mission, and in a week, actually, next Sunday, we leave. I'm actually going to Bogota for another 4 months. I'll work in the embassy there. So
Nice.
looking forward to that.
Wow. Well, thank you for your service.
Sure,
Helping
happy
keep
to.
America protected and safe. We appreciate that. I want to go back to you taking action. I mean, that's the big thing, right? A lot of people get excited about real estate. Uh, and to me, they're not focused, right? That's something I really harp on, especially new investors. Obviously, I have the term buy box, daily discipline, all that stuff. Did that resonate with you? Maybe as someone who serves in the military is very structured. Did that kind of just click for you, or?
Absolutely, it did. It made a lot of sense, and I like the phrase "doing the work."
Hmm.
I'm in a leadership position here, so my time is not my own. The higher you go in rank, the less your time belongs to you.
Mhm.
So it, this whole trip I've had, like you say, the 20 to 40 minutes where you do the work daily, and that's about it. There's a lot of the daily financial news that I missed out on, a lot of Dion and Matt's long form content that I missed out on that I'm looking forward to catching up with in
Yeah.
Bogota. but still looking at deals, knowing things are out there and available. And a couple of people that are also here are investors as well. So we've had some good conversations just back and forth. And
That's awesome.
one of the properties I'm currently interested in Oklahoma City just came on the market like a week ago. They were like, "Well, tell me about it. Maybe I'll buy it out from under you." I was like, "Go ahead. Here it
Yeah.
is. You know, there's not a short supply, and more will
Yeah.
come." So that
I love
they
that.
were kind of defensive about what they were trying to get into, their buy box, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was absolutely not. So it was
Oh,
an interesting conversation.
there's two things that I want to highlight there. First, your downrange, right? Your service, you got stuff going on, and you are still finding your 20 minutes. Yes, you missed some content, you missed some of the updates, but you still found the time to look 20 minutes a day. The amount of excuses I get for not doing the work drives me insane. So
Yeah,
kudos to you. Yeah, kudos to you. And then second, it is really awesome. And I have run into many investors over the years who have a scarcity mindset. And you and I clearly have an abundance mindset. How do I know that? Well, what you just done is what I've been doing for 15 or 16 years, right? I tell everybody what I'm doing. I give the buy box, I give freely. I've told people about deals. I've encouraged people, if you want, go ahead. There's always more opportunity. And, life is just more enjoyable with an abundance mindset versus scarcity, don't you think?
absolutely. Yeah, it's so much fun having a positive outlook on things.
Exactly.
Uh, like that brings up one of the points you've just been stressing is I was getting pretty bitter in my career when I was Andrews, and then I got PCS to Oklahoma, wound up coming down here for this, and that's all been to the good. But while I was still at Andrews, I actually, without recognizing it, switched my mindset from I'm stuck in this to I'm going to use this as a tool. So
Nice.
now I'm using my career as a tool, and I have short-term goals for myself of 4 properties by the time I retire. And then if I make that, I will just keep going.
Yeah.
And I want to get to the point where it's kind of on the lumberjack level, where it's a
Yeah.
certain amount of income because I am not a pilot for the Air Force, but I am a pilot, so I have to tell you I'm a pilot. I'm a pilot on the outside, and so I want to have enough coming in that I can have a plane and go fly it.
There you go.
So that's my goal.
Yeah. This is, real estate's hard. And if you come into it with a negative mindset or scarcity mindset, you will just auger into the ground and blow up. You've got to be naturally optimistic. You've got to understand that this too shall pass. You got to learn the lessons when they're there so you don't repeat them. But it is without question the surest way for most people to get wealthy. And your point about just changing your like that click or that on that light switch, make your job a good thing. Yes, I'm one day closer to being done. It is a tool. If you're going to your job and you hate it all day and you hate it tomorrow and you hate it, it's just a horrible existence. Wake up, get excited, go do your thing, earn the money, have the pile of cash at the end of the month, buy some assets, let the assets appreciate, and in time, you're gonna be wealthy. It's a simple mathematical formula. It's that simple. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely true that the first 5 years are difficult,
Yeah. They're
but it's nice to be able to
slow.
see
Yeah.
small steps in progress. I've recently been going back over your classes on the uh, it's not owner financing, it's private financing.
Oh, private money. Yep.
Because I think with my next purchase from the Virginia profits, I can use that as an example of what I want to do, and then make a video to show to friends and
Exactly.
family and start getting investors like you did when you were younger in your career.
Yeah. I mean, it is that simple. If you just document what you're doing, be authentic, tell the numbers, it's like bees to honey. They're attracted and they'll ask questions and you'll get better at telling your story. And then eventually someone's going to go, okay, I want some of that. And yeah, I've raised millions and millions of dollars over the last, decade or so, just And I never asked. I mean, that's the crazy
Right.
thing. I've never asked for money. They just said, "Hey, I got some. Can you take it?" I'm like, "Well, hold on. I got to have a deal that's ready." Um, why don't we talk about that first deal that you did? What everybody likes to hear the first deal. What was it? What was the price?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a single family home, 4 bed, 3 bath. It's actually a 3-2 that they put a basement in,
Mm,
which is where the garage is.
okay.
It's in Alexandria, Virginia.
Mm,
Absolutely love that house. Um, I bought it for 570 at a 2.5 interest rate, and
wow.
it'd been on the market for probably 45 days in
Mm,
2021. So
oh
that's
wow. Okay.
a huge amount of time then.
Yeah.
Uh,
2021. That was crazy. Yeah.
yeah, my realtor, uh, whose last name is Seven in the DC area, is fantastic. He's a veteran. He's very aggressive, been doing it for decades, did
Mm,
it when it was difficult, doing it still. And the realtor of the other house wasn't very good.
mm.
So I put in an offer with, you know, um, what's it called when the seller gives you
Credit, seller
seller credit?
credits.
Yeah. And he was like, I don't think this is getting accepted.
Mm.
He did just because they were ready to get rid of it.
Yeah, they were done.
Uh, yeah. Found a lender and we actually closed in, I think it was 32 days
Nice.
on a VA loan in 2021, which is like unprecedented to do it that fast. Uh, Looking at the deal, um, the average back then I think was 5% in that area. It's been a while,
Sure.
and it was like a 7 maybe, so it was a
Nice.
good deal.
Yeah.
But I had also been using rents like I was projecting, like you're not supposed to project. So when I actually moved out and started to rent it, market wasn't where I thought the market would be.
Okay.
So instead of it being like 7%, I cash flow maybe $70 a month off of it,
Okay.
but I'm cash flowing.
Yeah.
And like how the economy's going, you guys are always talking about interest rates and this and that. Inevitably, the rents will go up.
Yep.
I decided to sell it to my tenants
Okay.
because they are involved in a missionary organization
Uh-huh.
and we could make it mutually beneficial between us.
Uh-huh.
And it was the right human decision. That makes sense.
Sure.
Um, you know, business wise, it's not because in 10 years it would be my retirement,
Right.
but uh, I thought it was the right decision. And I do have deals to use that money with.
So this is going to be a sub two transaction or
No, it's a VA assumption.
oh, VA assumption because they're going to live it. It's oh, I got it.
Yes,
They're living there. So it's going to be a VA assumption. I like it. So um VA assumption, so they have to bring some money to the table because I'm guessing you're selling it for more than you bought it for. I'm just guessing.
I am. Yeah. They are paying. We agreed on numbers, and I think it was like 605, and I
Okay.
gave them 25 in equity, and they'll wind up bringing about 70 to the table, and I'll
Okay.
get that minus closing costs, so
Right.
60 and change.
Yeah, 60 and change. Very, very cool. That's a VA assumption, owner occupant, and doing good by being a good person. It sounds like this deal is going to be win-win for both participants, which is pretty awesome. And then
Right?
that's going to be the seed capital that you bring with you to Oklahoma City.
Absolutely. Hopefully for the 2.5 duplex deal, but
There
if
you go.
not, then I'll go get a duplex that I can buy. Traditional financing,
Sure.
30% down, and just do
Yeah.
it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. Again, the you have tools in the toolbox, which is pretty
Yes,
amazing. So that's pretty awesome. Um, what have you noticed? Again, you are now shopping, or you have shopped in two different boxes, right? First, you were in Virginia, now in Oklahoma City. Uh, they're very different markets. What are some things you've stumbled across that maybe surprised you, maybe didn't?
I was surprised by how little small multifamily there is in the Alexandria area.
Ah,
Like it's in Washington D.C. It's over in Maryland because it's one metropolitan area. However, you got words. Words. I agree with Dion. Words are hard. Uh,
Words are hard. I love Dion.
yeah,
Words are
but
hard.
there's a very, I guess it's like any other large city. There's a very diverse
Yeah.
difference between the areas,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
some of it is politics between the states and or district.
Mm.
But in Alexandria, Virginia itself, which is a very sought after place to live in the
Yeah.
area,
I've been there. Yep.
there are no small multifamilies.
All right. So
And
by that stance, Oklahoma City has been a pleasant surprise, it sounds like.
well, not so much a surprise. I actually
Okay.
moved to Andrews from Oklahoma City, so
Oh,
I'm
you've
guard.
been there. Got it.
Yeah, so I went home is what I did. So while I was in Alexandria, I was also looking at Oklahoma City because I knew I want to invest, and it's really expensive here, but it's not
Yeah.
expensive there, and I have a
Right.
network there.
There you go.
I actually, in the house I bought, my pipes burst a few days ago, and everybody here's like, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong?" I'm like, "It's cool. I got people. There's
Yeah.
insurance for this.
Yeah.
I've got reserves. It's all taken care of."
I
So,
like that. Yeah.
they're constantly checking up on me like it's a stressor, and I'm just like, it's business. It's fine.
It's business. I like it. I like it.
And
So what are
thank
some?
you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, the Four Avengers you referenced up front, right? Dion, Matt, Mike, and I. It's really fun to watch us work because we didn't know each other. I don't know, 4 years ago. We've only met. I think I've met Dion twice and Mike twice, and Matt I still haven't met. We're gonna meet in Vegas in about a month, which would be
Yeah,
really cool. It's
I
wild.
wish I would be able to make that.
Yeah, it's gonna be epic, I think. But don't worry, we'll record it, so it'll be.
Yeah, I'm
To
signed up
watch.
for the virtual.
Oh, awesome! I look forward to giving you a shout out. Assuming I have time, because I think I'm going to be all over the place. But that's a
Yes, you
different
will.
conversation.
Yes,
um,
I've run get-togethers like that, workshops, what do you want to call
yeah,
it?
yeah,
And there's not a moment to spare.
yeah. I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. That's for sure. But I
Mhm.
digress. What's some advice do you have for that new investor? Right, it's the start of the year. Maybe they got burned in the stocks or burned in crypto. I mean, I don't know, but they want to get started. What's some advice?
So, uh, my advice for the investors is really my advice for life. Like, if you want to know anything, teach it.
Mm,
One of my favorite parts about living, specifically military service, is the mentorship part.
hmm.
And like, if you know something so well that you can teach it simply, like Dion does,
Yeah.
you are intimately familiar with it. So to me, uh, I want to start the YouTube channel, but the full-time job, sometimes I'm not in the right places to do that. Don't
Yeah.
have the time, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But when I get to the point going to do it, you interviewed Dion a few weeks
Mhm.
ago.
Yep.
He and I were in a lumberjack course, and he is more actionable than I am. It's great to watch him doing what he does. I can
Yeah.
see just how fun it would be to be in your position or Matt's position
Yeah.
and investing knowledge and experience in others.
Yeah.
So to me, that's, get out and help others because that's what really,
Yeah. Let me just throw this little bit of advice out here. And I'm starting to see more and more of my family, right? My community try to do this. A lot of folks are starting to really get that starting a YouTube is where they want to go, which is awesome. But a lot of them just aren't in the position in life where they think they can do it full time yet, or not full time, but make that commitment. Like, I'm going to do one a
right,
week, whatever.
right,
I actually would suggest that you reach out to someone maybe like Redion, maybe like All Nighter Hider, maybe like any of these other like financial firefighter, and say, hey, maybe I could be a weekly guest. Now, I won't make every week because I got shit to do,
right,
but
yeah,
probably can make three weeks out of a month. You know what? I might work because that's how all this started. Anna Kelly, Jonathan, all of these folks want to do channels, but they're like, I can't do it. But hey, I give you an hour in a week. Um, so maybe that's a way to get the feet wet. And I think it'd be fun
that's
to
great
watch just
advice.
more, more like Oret folks get together and make their own little
Right,
universe. I think it'd be fun to watch.
how the network can grow.
Yeah. And again, I think
That
we're
could
all
be
doing,
exponential.
It could be. Yeah, I think that'd be really fun to do. So if you're cool with that, I'd reach out to all the people that you know and say, hey, I'll be a weekly guest.
Definitely.
Find the
Yeah,
one that you
we
click
have
with.
a chat group, so I'll hit up the chat group.
There you go. I like it. Um, I still think there's just some of the things you said early. I just want people to hear again. You're out on a mission, you're downrange, as they say, and you still found time to to look for deals 20 minutes a day. It's that important. And I can't tell you how many people go, I can look once a week. I'm like, no, you can't. You can look every freaking day. You have a phone, right? I did this when you had to get on the freaking computer, right? Smartphones were dumb then. So um,
Mhm.
just just highlight again how important it is to do the work.
Well, the thing about it is, once you do the work initially, and sometimes it takes an hour because you're learning the area. But
Right.
once you know the area, you go in and whatever software you use, and you're like, oh, that's a new
Bing.
property.
Yep.
Or this property's been here for 45 days. I'm going to call that agent just to see what's going on.
Just
Like,
to take a temperature.
yeah, is the seller interested in owner financing? Because I can do that right now.
Yeah.
Or do we have to do traditional? Where's it going? So to know it that well, like you say, is a superpower.
Yeah.
And
True.
if you have something like that, it would be foolish to let it atrophy for even a few
Oh,
days because then
yes.
you don't have a superpower anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other thing that you've mentioned, I think more people need to talk about is abundance versus scarcity mindset. I think there's a lot,
Yes.
I call them doomers. There's just a lot of toxicity out there. Life is just better with a positive and optimistic attitude. Talk about how important that is.
Well, you know, many situations you run into, they go either good or bad depending on the attitude you bring in.
Correct.
And if you have an abundance mindset, then the default is going to be, we can figure this out, or it's going to be okay, or how can I help you here?
Mm.
And like I said, the mentorship, reaching out to others and helping others is one of the reasons that humans are so good at
Yeah,
living. So why not have that attitude? Why not make that a default? Because it
absolutely.
does make life more fun.
Yeah. And then in the beginning, you talked about you actually signed up for the course. Give the course a plug or how it helped you kind of move forward. It'd be nice.
Honestly, I did the course first, and there's so much information in there. It is absolutely true that it is an extremely valuable um, and not priced enough for what information is in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the mindset you get, the outlook, and I also bought the Get Your Money Right one a
Oh,
few months after that, and
nice.
being able to put your mindset into this is costing me time, not just
Exactly.
money, is
Yeah. That's a
such a game
huge one.
changer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That Get Your Money Right course at 99 bucks is pivotal, right? Because
Huge value,
you're,
huge.
you money comes and goes, time doesn't. It's once spent,
Oh,
it's gone. And I wish more people got that. I'm glad you got that and gave that a plug because it might be the most valuable thing I've ever done. It's just that little mind twist. Um,
possibly.
yeah. So Corby, amazing. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving us some time. Are you allowed to have a social media feed or where can we send them if somebody wanted to follow you or anything?
I mean, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I think I actually have a YouTube channel that I might have uploaded one video on before. But
Okay.
Corby Carter is where you find me: Facebook, Instagram.
Are you in the private group, our private group for the
I
course?
am. Yes, I am in
Awesome.
the one rental at a time works group.
Awesome. Well, folks, if you're watching this and you're in the course, send Corby a note in the group, the private group. Let him know how he did. Thank him for his service. Corby, you're amazing. Be safe.